Good evening, guys. It's 4:49 p.m. March 1st. Today is Tuesday, and we had a lot of wild swing, back and forth. But it was a good day today overall, So let's go here. Okay. So pre-market note. Yes. So price is balancing down. We are in the first day of the March month. If you look at the last 6 days of February, then you will realize that price came to this area once during the day, So last 6 days, price is rotating around this level. So these levels are important, and it will generate a larger directional move any day soon. Okay, so so observe these areas, when I do walkthrough in the chart, you can see these areas, how they played out today. Last good buying came from this area. Okay, so you have to keep this area also in mind. If there is a rejection from here, there is a chance that price may come down to this area, and it came pretty close today, to 42.72 or so, so this area is not far away. So break below, price may go towards 4100 series, higher up. Discord folks already know the sellers midterm and short-term line in sense. Higher up, right? Overall, sellers still have a control. Okay, NQ 42.221, this 221, mark this area. So this was very good level today. 40.900, that became the low of the day today, right? So tomorrow, if price goes down, this would be the next area. If price goes higher, it will run to resistance into this area. Those are the key levels. ES going below 43.20 and NQ going below 44.40. Intraday sellers are trying. That means you stick with shorts in that case, right? That is a clear confirmation. And you can see it what happened after price went below all these things. Russell. Simple stuff today. Today sellers need to hold below 43.75, 15.30, and buyers need to do opposite. Simple, right? In the morning, Russell ping pong till 11:30 between this and this, and then there was a breakdown. That was the short to take, or there was a pullback after 11:30 in the noon time around this level. That was a short too. So there were two shorts, no longs. Okay. Dow pretty much stayed below these lines. I'm not going to discuss. Gold in RTH today above 1908.15. Buyers are there, but below 1908 do not bother to trade, right? So gold's today's low was 1918, right? That means you stick with long, and gold went to 1935 or even 45 today. Crude, simple. Today above 96.80, favor longs. Below, some sellers with some support at 94.50. In intraday, after the open, I said 98.50. So I moved up this level and said above 98.50 favor longs. Below, don't do anything. But crude did not even come back to 98.50, and it went to 106, 107. It's skyrocketing. So crude, I know, on the way to moon. That was a statement I think in December or sometimes when it broke above 81. I put that statement that crude is on the way to moon. From 81, it is today at 107. Gold also same things, from 1750 in December 12th, December 19th. That's where I said gold above 1750. It's buyers, and then you can see it gold today. And it may go higher a little bit more, and then back and forth, but we'll see how it goes. NQ's dream number, very, very powerful area. Dream numbers are always super powerful, 260, right? And this 221, right? So now let's see in RTH. So I'm going to tackle NQ since you remember NQ, right? 221, 260 dream number, right? So in pre-market voice commentary in Discord, I said 221 is my line in sand for today, right? It's important area, and because dream number is higher up at 260, I said, what? Keep it simple today. About this area, which is a rectangle area, buyers. Below this area, sellers. just to help the members, right? And you can see it here. If I did not have that box here, right, by looking at this breakout right of the open, I would assume that buyers are in control and let's go long. Same thing happened in ES also. See, I'm now running both together. ES also, I said 67, 50 are important. Above 67 buyers, but then I said wait a minute. Nowadays price usually like goes little bit higher or lower, and then it just fails. So I said, what, instead of 67, I said 64 to 73. Make it as an area. Above buyers, below sellers. Keep it that way, and that helped out today, because after seeing this breakout, someone would have gone long, but due to this 73 box as a top, I personally did not do anything. Here also, I just waited, and I was ready to even break out above this to go long, or price goes below this, then short, Yes, same thing. And then finally I got this rejection here. It looks like it wants to go higher in the morning, and then damn thing just can't, So the problem was I could have shorted it right here, here and here. But the problem was momentum was holding above zero line in the morning, and this was an open drive like move, right here. And it was coming from this 50 area, 49.50 area. So I did not want to fade the next level immediately. Because in pre-market that level had already responded, and then price went higher, right? And then it broke out. So it looks like buyers are strong. It's an open drive, right? So even in Discord I said it's an open drive. So just wait, And if it is a legit open drive, then when price went higher this way, see, like this, right? I said you do not want to see price coming back below 63 if it is a legit open drive. And you can see it, next bar, it came down, open drive is no longer valid, buyers had a chance, they screw it up at this point, and then price went higher, same 67 area here, and then you can see that was a short setup if you want to take it. And here you have to bail out, no choice, because internals were, if you draw a box, they were neutral. Momentum was also neutral at that point, And NQ was the troublemaker in the morning. See, otherwise I would have nice short setup in ES. I would have held the ES short with a larger stop. Only because of NQ. Here you can see the morning price action. It was just pain in a butt. Today NQ was a pain in a butt in the morning. Literally, it just pissed me off. Here you can see it. All these lines are important lines. This yellow line, forget it. I just drew it later on in the intraday. Everything else was there, pre-market lines. Only this line I drew it later. So for now, ignore this line. So you can see it. All these lines, these are the dream numbers. Look at, say, here breakout, this yellow, this blue line. It was a pink line in the morning. I made it blue. So both of this line were holding. While ES was continuing to go down, this damn guy was holding. So NQ was not breaking down, and then at one point I said, what, there is a line at 140, draw at 140 and see if it breaks below 140, then be active. So this was at 140 right here. I said we need to have break below 140 in NQ, then we can trade ES at that point, because if NQ is not going down, ES is not gonna go down. So because of this back and forth, I couldn't even hold my ES, because ES was also doing the same damn thing, It was just going up, down, fail breakdown, all these things. Consistently it was doing fail breakdown. Try to go down, poke below and boom, up, poke below and boom, up, So I have to do back and forth like 3 times here. See that? Then I say, what? Unless NQ goes down, breakdown or breakout, I'm not gonna trade ES anymore. Because it's hard to ES. First of all, ES doesn't move that much fast. So if NQ is doing this way, it is easy to get stopped out in ES. So it better not to trade. Simple. And then 55 even. I picked up the 55 level also here, and then I got some ride here. But then due to NQ, I couldn't even hold on to it. So I built out somewhere here anyway. So then I said, what? I'm not going to trade ES in this chop. I rather wait for NQ to do breakdown or breakout here or here, because ES at that time ES was already, let's see, when NQ was here at 1058 right here, ES was already moved down, into this support. So now I can't short in ES, I missed these things. I didn't want to short it anyway. I did not miss it because of this pain back and forth, right? So by that time it was already in the support, and I didn't want to go long considering this below sellers, right? NQ also same thing. So NQ here I try to fade it. See here up and then straight down from the dream number, right? So then here I try to fade it, like short it. But then again it was like doing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like multiple times here. See? So I went out. And then I say, you know what? I'm just going to do a breakdown or breakout trade in both of them. It happens. Otherwise I'm just, I'm done trading today. That is what I said in Discord. Then price went to this area. 195 was my control shift area in NQ. So ES I was not watching at that time. ES was here, but this guy came to 195. So here I took a micro short, because regular trading contract I already tried it here, and here also, like, I did couple of shorts, but it worked out. Yeah, it gave me a few points, 20-30 points, but basically it's hard to manage. I don't usually look for 20 points. So but anyway, same thing was ES, right? So by the time I was pissed off, and then so here I took a micro shorts. I said, okay, let's try micro now, so that way I can hold it for longer, can have a larger stop, because with my regular contract and size I cannot have like too much larger stop. So here I took a trade at 195, 2 micros, and the stop I put it at 235 or so here, 40 point stop, and my target was this 900 area or 940. That is what I said in Discord. I'm now going to move my target or stop until either one clicks. So then after a while, and it was good thing that I did that micros, because otherwise regular contract was hard to hold, in this damn thing. So I learned my lesson here. So I put a micros, with the largest stop, and then I basically increase my targets, So instead of doing regular contract and few points, I said, you know what, I will do micros, and I will look for 100-200 point move, simple, with 40 point stop. And this one worked out. So at this one I built out right at 975, which was right here, that micro, so 14 and then 200, so it was almost 200 points, with 40 point stop, 1 to 5 risk reward, not bad, right? So just because of micros I would have done it, I could have done it. I was able to do it, So and then that micros were already there, and when this breakdown happened, then I said, you know what, now it's a time, because it was a full-blown breakdown here. See, so this was the trade with the breakdown, and then once, if you miss that, you already know by this time that pullback is coming later on, because now sellers are in control officially. ES also same thing, trade below 23, breakdown short, or later on pullback, So the pullback happened. So profit target is up to you, wherever you can take it at yesterday's low. 92 was one of my level from pending sellers target from yesterday, or 4300 options level, up to you. Here also 67, 40, 19, 995, all these lines were there. You can take a profit anywhere, and you can actually do step short also, like this. I forgot all these shorts here, like this, all these shorts were there, because now it's already broke down after fighting, right? So if it slices through, so if you take a profit, you have to take a profit here, because it's NQ being NQ, it's always this back and forth. So unless you know the lines, it is hard for you to take profit, right? But the beauty of our levels are that they respond every time in NQ, especially, and ES also same time, right? But ES usually do slow moving, so it may go through one level and respond to the next level, right? But NQ always responds to all the levels almost for few points, right? And sometimes it's more. So and you never know whether this level, depending on the color, you might know that it may be a bigger response or slower response, or little response. but at least NQ it's good to cut it, you know. So NQ you can short here, take profit here. When it goes down, pull back, short here, profit here. When it goes down, pull back, short here, profit here. You know, when it goes down, short here, you stopped out, fine. When it goes higher up here, this is an important level as per Discord. You short here, pre-market note, pull back, you bail out here. You know, no longs, because now you know sellers are in control. And then you wait for a pullback, bigger pullback. Once you see this, you got stopped out. Now I think price is doing something else. Waiting for a pullback is the best idea. So pullback happened right here, 16. That was the level I gave in Discord, 16.25. You know, and NQ I guess I gave 97 actually. That was a short here, 97. You know, both together. And then price poked through a little bit above, but then, you know, it came down to this area. That was your profit right here, you know. Okay, then yes, 16.25, same time at 97. I took both the shorts actually, you know. So I bailed out here. This one I held it, you know. Actually I did not bail out. I did not take a profit, you know. I was looking for, I was thinking this is the pullback afternoon that I am waiting for, and price will now go towards to test this low, you know. That was the idea, but damn thing just, you know, took me out here. So I had a break even stop anyway. I didn't trust NQ. ES also same thing, you know. So I just stopped out here, you know. Fine, no profit. And then in the same bar it went higher, right? The moment it went higher, right, I waited, you know. So there was a short here actually right at 20, you know, right at here. So which is this area, morning low, right, which was right here. And the way it went shoot up quickly, right, it's a stop run. It was a stop run like this, you know. See this area, seller stepped in here, my initial short, you can see this level, see that same line, right? So I saw this, and I just waited for a second or 30 seconds. When I see price chopping, this is a 2-minute chart, but if you zoom in, I am using bookmap, right? So in bookmap I can see all the volume dots, like microsecond price action, right? So that's where I took a short at 18 on the way down, right here. NQ I did not take a short because my level was at that time 131. So I did not take a short in NQ, but I typed it in Discord. It was a short across the board in 3 markets together. Right here, that was also Globex low, right here. Russell was testing that 1530 boundary. After breaking down below, it was testing 15 as a pullback. Dow was also testing Globex low. So 3 markets right at the right time, you know, right at this second, they were into resistances, you know. All 3 were shorts. NQ was not short because it was based on this, but not up to here. So I did not take this one or other market short because I can do only with one hand, only one short. So I took ES at 18, you know. And then on the way down, that was a problem because on the way down, 43.08, yesterday's low, can act as a support after seeing this move, 4300 or 92. Those were the 3 levels I gave in Discord and say, you know what, on the way down, sellers have to take out all this level. And you can see it here, some buyers tried it, failed, right? Here again buyers tried it, failed. Here again buyers tried it, failed. See that? So you have to monitor it very carefully, you know. So if you see a pause, you can bail out here, you know, and then again it goes down, pull back, you can short. Same thing here, right? So, but anyway, I took my profit at 92 here, you know. And then price again started to do chop. See here, no clean cut breakdown. Yes, it tried a little bit here, but if you look at 5 minutes, there was no clean cut breakdown here, right? By the time NQ, I was waiting for 945, but you know, I just bailed out here just because ES was here, you know. So I took out my NQ here, the micro ones. And then even I shorted it here, bailed out here, and then all these things. So here I said, you know what, now no more shorts. This is what I typed in Discord. After this point onwards, I said no more shorts, you know. At this point onwards, I said except 27, which is this level, this line. Except 27, no more shorts. It is what I typed. And you can see it. After that, After that price just chopped around and pretty much buyers held it, buyers controlled it actually, right? So that's why I said no shorts. I didn't see this much price action right here. I said, you know, no more shorts except 27, and here you can see it, price came to 25.50, not 27. So but anyway, I was not trading at that time, I was not near the computer. Up to this point I was, but then, you know, I stepped aside, and then price went to 25.50, you know, close to 27. So if you are watching it and if you see this VWAP and all this thing, you can take a short here, or it's a risky business because it's a closing time and price may go through it. You know, the way the buyers were holding this, stepping up and down, and you know, failed breakdown, all this thing, failed breakdown happen here also, right? So buyers had a control at that point. This 27 level was the only one who can hold this market little bit down today. But then it will just chop around, because considering this much amount of buyers, they are going to provide resistances, you know, or support, I would say. So even though if you short, it's a risky business, because price ideally can do step up right from here. It can go higher and take you out, you know, because by the time NQ was clearly above all these lines, see that here. So it can easily go here, you know, to this VWAP or this line, and then you will be stopped out in ES, right? So it's a risky business here, you know. But it was a broken support turned into resistance idea, but it already tested here once and provided a response. Second time up in the closing time, you can't take that short, okay? So even though, that's why I put a different arrow here, that was not a valid short. Now you have to wait, in order to play the short, you have to wait for at least price to take out this area, you know, this 4300 area. Then you can play shorts, which happened right here. See, it took out this entire area and then pull back. This is where you can short, you know, and then you can capture up to the low, you know, and then you just bail out, you know. If you see price coming back up here, you bail out right here, and if you bailed out, you got lucky, because then price just moved up. See, so you need to know when to enter, you know, which is our levels, when to exit, which is also our levels, you know, and the timing, you know, all these things, patience are required for day trading, you know. Otherwise you will just trading in the dark, you know, or in a vacuum, I would say, right? Some people say you are trading in a vacuum. So that is what the definition of trading in the vacuum is, means you try to go long here, you know. See, there are no levels here, so most likely this level is not valid. That means price will come back, see, to test that level, make it valid, then bounce. See my point? So some levels are created intraday like this, and most of the levels are already there from pre-market, right? So I usually create levels on the fly also. In addition to these levels from pre-market, I also create the levels on the fly. Okay, so that we all for today. I'll see you tomorrow.